Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. I know I'm a little early, but I kicked on anyway. I always seem to be early, not late. That's okay. I'll give it a few more minutes before I start talking, which is too late. I already started talking. All right. I see we got Red Pill Bubba in the house. We got D Griffin in the house. We got Fallen Skies Prepper. We got Micro Farmer. Hello, guys. How y'all doing? We got Detroit Prepping in the house. Hello from Detroit, brother. We got Canadian Cabin Girl. How y'all doing? Okay. Well, I'm going to get started. It's almost 2 o'clock. And like I said, hello, YouTube. I'm back again. Today I want to talk about UFOs and extinction events. I mean, you don't have to believe in UFOs. I do. I used to when I was younger, and then I started to believe in UFOs because it was just too much stuff out there, too much evidence out there. So I just want to talk about the UFOs, and if I happen to disappear after I talk about this, it's the men in black. They came and got me. Okay, hey, Hoot Out Holler, how you doing? So it's crazy because see, all this for me really goes back to 1947. See, I wasn't born in 47, but this was after World War II. It probably was happening during World War II, but I have no idea what was going on. And this all came out later on that in 1947, the whole world changed for America. See, now what happened in 47, we had Truman, the Truman Doctrine. The Truman Doctrine made the United States the most powerful country in the world. Not World War II, even though we won it and we did all the work. We did most of the heavy lifting. But the Truman Doctrine was the one that made us the world power that we were today. It made us the world police. We signed this treaty and this doctrine saying that we're going to do this, we're going to do that. In the same year, in 1947, Roswell, aliens spaceship crashed. Okay, and also in 1947, we had Admiral Byrd. He did that Arctic operation where he flew and he ended up going to inside the Earth in what they call inner Earth. Byrd did. And then in 47, we had the Jewish state of Israel created. So we had all that happening in 1 year, from March all the way through January, through July, I should say. 1 year, and that changed the whole world. And I gotta say this, because in 1945 it was rumored over in the Aleutian Islands. I never been to the Aleutian Islands. I don't particularly want to go. That they discovered alien underground bases in the Aleutian Islands, but I'm not sure. It was in 45, and they said that it was there, and that started the whole thing. Even they said we had aliens back when George Washington in America was discovered, that we had alien influence in America. Now, if you do some numbers, you go 1775, right before we started the War of Independence in 1776. In 1775, if it's true, we had aliens influence. In 2022, it'll be 250 years between that time period, which is something crazy going to happen in 2022. So they tell me, I don't know. And I was trying to figure out what happened to make 2022 such a significant date. Let's see, this is a lot of the people that's into aliens and stuff like that. And then, what we also have is Jellystone. I said it again, Jellystone. Yellowstone Park. Yellowstone Park. I know you guys heard about the magma rising in that park the last couple of weeks. That is beginning to be on a danger list again, and that they had to close it for a while. I don't know if it's still closed, but I know they had to close it because they was worried that the park was becoming dangerous. Yellowstone. Wow, that thing blows. I mean, we dead. I mean, I don't care if you live through it, nothing's gonna grow. You talking about Arctic winter, you know, Arctic winter. Oops, bass belly left, I believe. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, and then we got these asteroids that's supposed to keep coming. I don't know why we getting so many asteroids now. Maybe we got better checking, because we do have a doomsday rock out there. They say a doomsday rock, an asteroid somewhere out there. The last one they checked and found out it was part of a spaceship that we had sent up that is coming back down to Earth. It wasn't even an asteroid. So I don't know. You gotta keep your eyes out and keep your eyes to the sky, because a lot of strange things happen. Like over here where I live at, like I live in Ohio, we got Lake Erie. There's a lot of things always happening in that lake. I mean, lights all the time. You see lights all the time. Because I know if you went like Detroit prepping, up in Michigan, you got the Michigan Triangle up there. Stuff happens up in the Michigan Triangle. There's one part of Lake Michigan that boats, planes, they disappear, and nobody ever finds any how should I say debris. Okay, and it's true. You can look it up for yourself. I remember they did a thing about this one plane. It had 58 people on there. It was a Northwest plane. I forget the flight number was 2501, because that number just sticks with me. It was 2501. They had 58 people in there, and it disappeared in the triangle up there. They had boats and boat captains disappear up there. Sometimes the boat still be found, but the people are gone. But that's up in the Michigan Triangle. So we do have it up here. It's not only out there in the Bermuda Triangle. And I know Alaska got a triangle out there too. They got the Alaskan Triangle and stuff happens. But hey, Unpaved Explorer. Yeah, so like I say, a lot of stuff do happen. I mean, back in 1952, a UFO was seen flying right over the Capitol building in Washington. We just hovering around. It wasn't just like it just flew over and disappeared. It stayed for a few. And I don't know how they explain that. And they couldn't explain it, So there's a lot of things happening out there. And a lot of people say that a dog is growling. But a lot of people say that I'm Pave Explorer. I just mentioned that we have UFOs coming in and out of our lake all the time. Yeah, but it's true. They go in that lake. I done seen some strange things out there. I seen lights. I haven't seen the ships myself. I have seen lights in the water. Especially when I was out by Sandusky, out that way, because we got a Perry Power plant out there, and I used to see lights all the time when I was fishing, but I just brushed it off my shoulder. They weren't going to abduct me, because I'm not going to get anal probe. Okay, but anyway, it's something that you got to worry about, because if aliens do come here, and the only reason they would come here is one, to take over the planet. I mean, I don't care what anybody say. The only reason that they haven't taken over the planet, they don't have enough people to take over the planet. They might have got stranded in our galaxy or whatever by mistake and can't get home, and now they've been influencing us for years. Like I say, like they might be part of the New World Order. Who knows how old an alien can live? They always got the Greys and this lizard people, and then they got insectoids. I mean, it's a whole lot of different species of them. It's a Homestead Aquarius. How you doing? He said, "Share to the God, man." How America, I mean, they taught the Incas and everything they know. I believe that. Because I mean, it's just so much stuff. And then they talk about missing time, and then they talk about wormholes and all this stuff. And then we got so smart all of a sudden. I mean, I remember watching Star Trek in '60s when it first came out in the '60s. Star Trek. I mean, I thought that was so incredible with the little phasers and things. And then I remember the first cell phone I ever seen. It was the size of a shoebox. And now all of a sudden, look at all this micro stuff we got. I mean, this stuff like this tiny as my watch. They now they got watch phones and all that stuff. That's science fiction. The alien. Oh, you're talking about the alien and the nanoprobe? Yeah, but they that's what they do, I guess. I mean, I don't know what they're looking for up there. They ain't gonna find nothing up there but corn, maybe some pinto beans, some fried chicken, but ain't nothing else. But anyway, yeah, like back in 1967 at the Malmstrom Air Force Base out there in Montana. See, my brother was stationed out there, but he wasn't stationed out there in '67. He came out there later. I think he was out there in '71. But he was in the Air Force. They had UFOs out there that actually prevented the missiles from launching out there at the Malmstrom Air Force Base. I mean, there's nothing I'm not telling you that ain't true that you can always go check out. It's all there. Because like I say, if I disappear, and you hear a knock at the door, it's the men in black. They coming to get me. They're going to take me away. And then they're going to make sure everybody that's watching get taken away. They're going to say he was a lunatic. Phoenix, Arizona UFO flew over in '97. You know what? I did hear something about that. I heard something about that recently too, that out there in Arizona and New Mexico, they constantly have UFO sightings. See, a lot of people like to try to brush off what's going on now as drones. But some of this stuff, I know drones don't move as fast as some of these things, you know. And like I said up here, see, we get them up here because I don't know what they're doing in this water, but they are always constantly flying over the lake or flying into the lake. I mean, and they're here. And they hear, like I said, I never seen an alien, and I don't want to see an alien. We got enough zombies out here that we don't need to have to deal with the aliens too. But I think that they here to take over. You know, they like we used to say the New World Order, and there's always follow the money. You know, you got to follow the power too. But now it's no longer called the New World Order. Hey, Adrian and Paul. Now it's no longer called the New World Order. You know, remember how we used to say the New World Order gonna take over? It's not that anymore. You know, Uncle Al, he updated me on that. You know, because it's all about power and money. See, now the New World Order is called the New International Economic Organization or Order. It's NIEO, International Economic Organization. See, it ain't all about money. It's all about gold, oil, anything that's can be expendable. They call itself the Council of Nine, and they topple governments and religion. You know, it's all about wealth, and they have fast wealth. You know, yeah, that's the like I say, that's the or Council of Nine. And so, like I say, and I think that they have alien influences, you know what I mean? Because some of this stuff that people do, there's no way that another person can do some of these things that they do. And it just amazed me, you know, with the technology we got, and it's been proven that we got some extraordinary people out there. And then they always say that our government and our president have a book of secrets. I know y'all heard about the book of secrets. I never seen it, and I never. Only on TV they talk about it. Hey Al, I just mentioned you in my story here, and they got the book of secrets. And all the president's supposed to know about the aliens and their influences and all this stuff and all of Roswell, the truth about Roswell and these other places. You know, in 1948, Russia had basically the same thing. They had Castañar, something like that, Castañar, out there in 1948 in Russia. They had that's their Roswell. They had an alien ship crash out there. They got all the stuff, and they I guess they what they call that reverse engineered, you know. And they say that Hitler and the Nazis did the same thing. That they did a lot of reverse engineering on stuff like that they had gotten from the UFOs. But like I say, the only one that you really don't hear too much about, that you can't find out about, that they they got stuff going on, they is China. Now China's an ancient. I mean, they've been around since I don't know how long, but China's been around, and that the aliens probably been there too. So China probably got some of their technology and influences, and maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe all these different groups of aliens that's out there. Like I said, I know about 3 of them. I mean, but some people say there's more than 3. But I only know about the Greys, the insectoids, and the lizard people, the lizard man. And they say they got another one out there, and that's the one that's trying to influence all the governments and trying to change the way the world is. So I don't know. But I just want to keep an open mind, because I never talk about aliens on any of my stuff. And I figured I would talk about the aliens to get it off my chest, because, I probably won't mention it again unless somebody try to probe me. And then I'll probably get on YouTube and go live again. Yeah, but so, and another thing before I go any further, you see this Johnson & Johnson thing, they had to stop for a minute because somebody got sick with an unexplained illness. We knew that was going to happen. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. But anyway, let me get back on point. Like I say, a lot of the reasons that aliens are here, they say they're here for the gold. Hey, Spitfire Red One. Hey, LA, La Farms, Rick. Yeah. Hey, Hobby Farm Homestead. Oh, okay. New. I think I seen you before. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, like I say, I started getting into aliens back in '76. Around the time that they had the Chariots of the Gods out with Eric Von Däniken, I really started to really get into it, and I started to watch and stuff like that. Because I didn't never really believe there were aliens, because I'm one of them people that I was like, from Missouri, you got to show me. But man, there was so much evidence out there that something have to be real. Oh, and another thing, I'd like to thank everybody. I got 60,000 views on my channel. Okay, I didn't want to forget to do that, because I will forget that, because I start to drift. So yeah. So anyway, Eric Von Däniken, back when I guess it was the early '70s, right after all the space stuff happened. When we started going to the moon and all these Apollo missions and the Mercury missions and everything, and all that stuff. He mentioned the Chariots of the Gods, and then he started explaining all these Egyptian people, how they were actually not really human. They had the elongated skulls and stuff like that. And I started to look at them more, but back then we didn't have cable. We read, like a lot of times these kids nowadays, they don't know what a book is. And when you read, you seem to understand more than if you're watching it on cable. Back then we read a lot. We did all our own research. And so anyway, I started looking into it, and then I started to wonder and started to ask questions too. So then I started to believe that he might be right. Okay. Oh, and let me mention something else before I forget it. See, I'm drifting again. Happy birthday to the United States Navy. Today is their 245th birthday. Just so you know. So everybody that was in the Navy out there, congratulations. Thank you for your service. Yeah, see, that's how I get the drift sometimes, And so then he started to talk about all this stuff, and then the one that got me was they always say the aliens is coming from the Pleiades star system out there. The Pleiades star system, it's out in the Milky Way somewhere, but I don't think they are. See, I started thinking that every time you see an alien, they always coming from the moon. They're not on the moon, they're in the moon. The moon is hollow. I remember back in was it 68 when they dropped that no, it was 69. It might have been either was 69 or 70, and they had a mission to the moon, and they had to drop like one of them I would say a booster onto the moon because they couldn't get lift off unless they jettisoned this thing, and they jettisoned this part of the spaceship so they can get the lift off, and it landed back on the moon. And when it hit the moon sounded like a hollow bell. It just rang. It rang not for 1, 2, 3 minutes. It rang for like maybe an hour, maybe 2. And it's true. I mean, like I say, nothing I have said is not true. You can always look it up. And the bell rang, and nobody ever explained it, and everybody just, they just wipe it off. And since then, we never been back to the moon. And the reason we never go on back to the moon because we know that the moon is hollow, and that we finally met these people, these grays or whoever these men in black are, and now they helping us with our technology because you got to figure, shit, from when was the Wright brothers? 1913, something like that. 1908. No, I think 1903. When they started to get this flying thing together to go into the moon 60 some years later, that's a big jump. And you, like I say, our technology done jumped out, and it's just crazy. I mean, I know we were smart, but I didn't think we were that smart. We had an evolutionary jump in technologies, I would say, that shouldn't have happened so soon. It was like maybe a 400-500 year jump. I mean, I'm not saying we should still be using bows and arrows and stuff like that, but some of this micro technology, it just came out of nowhere, really. I mean, silicon stuff. I mean, and then right now, the book. Okay, Uncle Al says the grays is Alphans, and the lizard people are from the earth. Those are the ones that lives out there under the in the mountains and under the ground. Yeah, they helped a lot of the Indians survive a catastrophic earthquake or something like that. They said, "Do you follow?" Yeah, they had to cancel their last lunch, the one they're supposed to have. They were having problems with the engine. SpaceX. I do follow anything that happens up in the space, because every time something goes up through the ozone layer, the weather pattern changes here on the planet, whether you know that or not. The Weather Channel. I mean, every time they send something up there, we get some messed up weather. That's why we had so many hurricanes and stuff this year. We had a record-setting amount of hurricanes, and that's another reason we getting so many earthquakes here. Not because of the so much the planet shifting, because the planet is not actually shifting. It's the magnetic poles that are shifting, and every time we cut a hole in that ozone layer, it helped that magnetic pole shift a little bit more and more. But we haven't figured that out yet. We get bad weather every time that happens. Antifa set up port level, destroying the statue, replace it with Antifa. I don't know, man. You know what? Antifa gives me a headache. Antifa, all them organizations out there that causes so much. You know what? I haven't seen so much. Let me put it to you this way. Some of you older people might understand. I haven't seen so much trouble in America since 1968. I mean, and that was because a lot of people were protesting the war, and that was because we were having a lot of civil rights marches too, and then we also lost a lot of leaders that year, a lot of assassinations happened in 68, So I'm just saying, but I haven't seen America in so much turmoil since 1968, We had a lot of, like I said, a lot of discord here in America. So, like I say, so this is nothing new, but these people, I mean, I'm not even gonna get into the politics of Antifa, because they are Actually, I say they leeches. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, and like I was watching Uncle Al. He was on TV the other day. He was with Camp Patton's farm family, and he was out there, and they was talking about the people that's leaving California. Man, California used to be the place, like I say on the Beverly Hills Billy, California is the place you want to be. So load up the truck and move to Beverly. Now everybody moving out of Beverly. I mean, it's just crazy out there. It's just crazy out there. Not only the weather is getting crazy because of the smoke from the fires, that it's killing a lot of birds, from what I understand, out there in the the Southwest, down in Nevada and New Mexico and Texas. A lot of birds are just dying. Thousands of birds are just dying. They're saying it's because of the smoke that's messing up their, I guess, their directions, and a lot of the plants they can't find, and they just sort of dropping dead out there for some reason. I don't know. So I'm drifting again. Let me get back to the UFO. So, like I said, it's a lot of UFOs out there. I mean, it's hundreds seen here in America every day. Canada's too. See, Canada is not free of UFOs. They have a lot of them in Canada too. And then down in Argentina and South America and Mexico, and them places like that. They're everywhere. They're everywhere, and you just want to know, why are they here? See, I don't have the answers. I just have questions, especially when it comes to UFOs. And I'm always amazed that the media never really start to talk about it. It seems like every time somebody started to talk about the UFOs, it seems like it's always something happening with the money. Maybe we should follow the money. We'll catch up with what's going on with the UFOs. Okay, what is it? The AI bots you see making comments on YouTube videos have become aware that you are leaving timestamps to mark up what you say. Oh, so they're gonna come get me. Hey, Blended Whiskey, haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Yes, I expected this. See, I try not to talk about certain things. Like, I try not to really get into talking about politics that much, because I'm an independent. I vote whatever way I feel I should do. I don't vote for parties, because I don't believe in parties. I don't believe in the Republican Party. I don't believe in the Democratic Party. I believe in people. If you're a good man, you get my vote. If you're not a good man, you ain't getting my vote, because parties are corrupt. Because they get a good man, they put him in their party, and they'll corrupt them. And they'll say, we want you to do this. We know you was good when you was at the smaller level, the local level. Now you're on a big level. Now we want you to do this for us because people trust you. And that's what they do. They corrupt. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. But anyway, I'm getting off again. So anyway, the aliens are here. Like I said, in 2022, something's supposed to happen. I'm not quite sure, because, like I said, they have found America. From what I understand, they said that at Valley Forge, that an alien representative came and he talked to George Washington. This is what they say. I wasn't around in 1775. At least I don't think I was. But anyway, and he gave him the idea of how to form America, because they all Illuminati. They all Illuminati. They all Masons. Nothing wrong with being a Mason. I got friends that's Masons. They nice people. But I guess they help create America where what we have right now. This is the only government like this in the world. I mean, you have different forms of our government. They call it a democracy, but we are the only ones There's other people, by the people, for the people. That's the way it was set up. And the aliens helped build that, and so they don't want this to fall or collapse, because I think they're here to help us, and I think they know something that we don't know. And I think a lot of people that disappeared out there, that's missing, you see the amount of, other than the people that's being trafficked, because up here in Ohio, especially around Toledo, we have a lot of sex trafficking, and they disappear, young women and kids and stuff like that. They just go, but you just got to be careful anywhere you go. But the aliens also still do abductions. You don't hear about it as much, but they do. And they say that what they're doing is they building their own superhumans, because they know that something is going to happen. I mean, like I said, maybe we might be on the edge of total destruction with the Yellowstone that might erupt, or we might have the doomsday asteroid come. I don't know, but they say that this planet out there is supposed to be making its rounds again. With the Nibiru, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they say this planet is supposed to be making its rounds again. It's supposed to come around like every 3,000, 4,000 years, somewhere up in there, and it's supposed to be where all the aliens are from, that they live on that planet, and they just go through the galaxy, just seeding races and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I said, I think the moon is hollow, because you never know what's going on the backside of the moon. Everything we do is on the light side of the moon. Nobody ever goes on the backside of the moon. It's like what they say, party in the front, our business in the front, party in the back. Yeah, that's how the moon is. You go in the front, it's all business, these little dicks and that and nats and nicks and nats out there. But you go in the back, it's like, wait, party over here. So yeah. Hey, there you go. Nibiru. Okay. All right, Post just said, how you doing? Post just said, Anunnaki came on Nibiru. Anunnaki. Okay. That's the giant people, right? The people with the giant people. Yeah. I heard about them. I heard about them because I seen the thing on Easter Island. And they was talking about Nauru, and they was talking about the Anunnaki, and what was that? India. Yeah, they talk about them all the time. Yeah, and then South America has a version of them too, because they have this one wall. They had this one wall, and it's like all these faces of humans and subhumans and hybrid humans and all these stuff that supposed to be our link to the rest of the world, because they have faces of Orientals, they have faces of Africans, they have faces of Indian people. They have all these different faces. You get a scope for your rifle. Yeah, I got two scopes. I got several rifles, but the one I use for home defense, I didn't get a scope on. I put a red dot on that, because when I'm in the house and I'm trying to defend myself in the house, the scope is not going to do me good. A red dot is better. So yeah, I got scopes for my longer rifles, yes. But for my home defense rifle, I got a red dot. I took a scope off of it. So anyway, what was I saying? I was talking about all these different faces that they had down in South America, and they got this lake out there. They got a lake that's on top of a mountain. I think it's Lake Winnetonka or something like that. And they says that in that lake, that if you go deep enough into that lake, that you'll come out on dry land, which is, I don't know how that could be, unless you go through a tunnel system and end up in a mountain, but it's on top of a mountain, so maybe anything is possible. Let's see. Then China is all set to invade America and North Korea is proximity. Yeah, but you know what? Before China get here, they're gonna have to knock out the Philippines and the Aleutian Islands, not the Aleutian Islands, the Solomon Islands, and all that stuff that we had over there in World War II. Plus, they're gonna have to mess up Japan, you know. And before you'll know when China get ready to come, because they're gonna do the cyber attack. They're gonna knock out our defenses as far as our radars go, and then they're gonna send all these drones over here. I'm talking about not 1, 2, 300 drones. I'm talking about thousands, maybe even 1,000,000 drones, because they got them. They got them. They ain't doing nothing but building up. While we playing, they getting all these drones together, and you know you can do a lot with drones. You know, that's like flying missiles. You can control each one of them, and they can just send them over in these containers. You know, these containers that they got. You know, they got these super container ships, and they could just bring them on over and just open the doors and just let them fly, and it'll be a mess. But anyway, that's a whole nother story and a whole nother video I did about China, Russia, South Korea invading America. You know, I still have that dream, but I don't dream it as much because I'd be worrying about other things sometimes. But anyway, like I said, what was I? Oh yeah, so I do believe in aliens, and I do believe in UFOs, and I don't think that the aliens are here to help us. If an alien got on the podium today with whoever wins, not today, got on the podium on a third after the election and said, "Hey, I'm with the winner," I treat it like that virus. I'm not taking the virus, and I'm not taking it. I'm not swallowing the Kool-Aid, you know, because it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be dangerous. It says, David says, after the election, China is waiting in Canada and Mexico to come in with the United States. Oh, you must have watched my last video. Well, actually, China is in South America. It's no secret. China's in South America, and we do have Russian troops on the borders up there by Canada. They always been there, but now they got these special suits that these Russian soldiers got. It's not about numbers anymore. Some of this stuff, it's about quality in small groups. And Russia got these special soldiers wear these like exoskeleton suits, and each one is worth like 20 guys. Excuse me. Excuse me. Each one worked for like 20 guys, and they want to come down through Canada. I mean, they want to cause as much, destruction and stuff as they can. You know, throw things off. They want to go out to the missile bases and throw things off. Don't worry, they're gonna come not only through Seattle and Portland, because let's look at it. They already in civil unrest out there, so you wouldn't even know they were coming. If you live out there in Seattle, Portland area, states, you wouldn't even know they're coming. Idaho, don't feel like you're gonna be neglected because they're gonna get you too. Now, the place I would worry more about would be when they come through Maine and New Hampshire up there. They would come through there, and they can do this because they can hide the number of troops. We'd notice if they had like a big buildup of like maybe 3 or 4 armies up there, But see, what they probably end up with maybe a division, maybe 2 or 3 platoons or something like that. But I think they would probably have more of a company, not even a regiment. They probably have a company of soldiers come down there. They ain't got to conquer. They just got to take areas, do certain things. That's how you win a war. You ain't got to take over the whole country. You just got to take down the infrastructure. And that's how you win. You take down America's infrastructure and put us in the dark, then what we're going to do? We're not going to nuke our own people. At least I don't think we're going to nuke our own people. Hey, Fireball Fred. So anyway, you gotta watch that. And like I say, I done drifted off. I went on a whole different thing. I don't like to drill. But anyway, it was good because I don't have too much more to say about the aliens except that they out there. Like I said, it all started in 47. That's when we actually started negotiating with these, let's say these Greys or whoever, and that's when they started getting influence in the entire political system, and that's when they started becoming part of the New World Order, which became the new international economic order, and that's when everything started to change in America. We went from, a chicken in every pot to suburb living and all that other stuff. We went from, dirt roads to paved highways. I mean, everybody say, oh, we were going to do it anyway, not at the rate we did it. And I understand that because I think we could probably go back farther than that to the time when Roosevelt was in office. Maybe he knew something because, I mean, how long was he in office? 4 terms? He died in his 4th term. I think he was 1, 2, 3. The only 4-term president we ever had, and then they changed the law. So I'm not sure on that. You need to check it out. I know it was more than 3, so it probably was 4. But I think he went from 30. What the Depression was 33, all the way up to he died in 40, 45, 40. He died before the bomb was dropped. Okay, he died before the bomb was dropped because Truman was the president. Then it was Eisenhower. Ike. Okay, but anyway, that's I'm drifting again. Like I say, it's been documented. It's like I said, they had these. Like my brother used to tell me about when he was in the Air Force out there in Marston Air Force Base. He guarded. He was an MP out there, and he guarded the nuclear missile silos. He was part of what's that? I forgot what they call it. Well, anyway, he was part of our early warning system and stuff like that. Yeah. And he used to tell me that it was things that were going on out there that he sees in the skies and all that stuff. I just told him it was probably that snow out there, But he said it wasn't. He said he used to see stuff, him and his buddies, all the time. I mean, you can do that because it's big sky out there. I mean, it ain't like here where we got a lot of cloud cover because we got a lot of lake effect clouds over here and stuff like that. We got a lot of clouds, but out there, he said it was clear. And you could see. He said you could see everything, and he said they used to see stuff in the skies all the time. They used to say it was shooting stars, but I don't know. Like I say, I wasn't out there. Yeah. So, like I said, anyway, you got to be careful because they do still, like I said, abduct people. And now they're saying that they're trying to use mind control on people to make everybody Manchurian candidates, and they want to change this planet. I don't know what they want to change it to, because you think after all these years, why would they wait till we get to a point where we can actually maybe fight back if they try to take over? But if they can come across a galaxy, the weapons they got, it'd be like War of the Worlds, And then again, it makes you wonder if they the ones that gave China this vaccine, not this vaccine, this virus, have them moving around. Okay, somebody gave me the answer. Yeah, okay, 1933 to 1945. Man, stuff I learned in school, I don't get it. Well, yeah, anyway, thank you, Adam. Yeah, see, yeah, that's 12 years. So anyway, they might have caused a lot of things that we don't know, a lot of destructions. They always say that they help create hybrid people. They help create hybrid people. Okay. Oh, who down holler say? My grandpa used to tell me about seeing fireballs in the sky. Who that fireball Fred in the sky? Or just fireball in the sky? I'm just joking. Fireball in the sky. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But like I say, I never seen nothing but lights. I seen lights in the water. Over at the lake. You go to the lake. You go to certain places in the lake. Like I said, out in Sandusky, I see a lot of lights. Because we got a nuclear plant out there. We got David Bessie. I don't think it's working right now because we got this thing where they stopped all the nuclear power. But then we got the one over here. Like if I go fishing out in East Lake or Menor, they have farther up the road about another 10 miles. They got the peri-nuclear plant. And they're always saying stuff happening around there. And they say usually between, like I say, 10 o'clock at night, midnight, there's always something going on around there. But I don't know because I don't be out there that late at night. But I'm just saying, they seem to always be around places where it's always some kind of military or nuclear structure. So like I said, if you've seen one, let me know. I have never seen one. But my brother, like I said, he said he's seen some stuff out there, but I don't know. There's no way I can ask him now because he's passed away. But I would like to know what he's seen. He did tell us this one story about him and the guys. They were out in the base and they were out there playing basketball, and he said everybody just stopped and there was something just come flying by. They said it flew by so fast they thought it was a jet, but then they don't know because no jet can move that fast. They said, but then again, it didn't sound like a jet. It didn't make no noise. It just so I don't know. I didn't see it. So I can't tell you the truth what it was. Could be anything. They say NASA in Alabama yet place their car balls in Alabama. Okay, but the reason we have see here in Ohio. See, this might not be affecting a lot of you guys, but in Ohio, here in Ohio, we have a lot of UFO activity because we got a lot of stuff here. We got Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I was going to Wright State. But anyway, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Now, they say that they took the remains from Roswell from Area 51 to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It seems like every time they find some crazy stuff, they take it to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And nobody ever knows this unless you in the state of Ohio, because they keep it quiet. And that's where we have a lot of stuff at, and that's why we have so much UFO activity here in Ohio and up in Michigan. And I don't know what they're doing under this water because, like I said, they do have the Michigan Triangle out there in the lake, and they do have a lot of disappearance up there. And like I say, there has been stuff said by people who really know. I mean, generals and admirals have said that there are UFOs, and we can't discard it no more. So that's just another thing we have to prep for. So since I'm a prepper channel, and I'm gonna also mention this, you guys be safe. You guys got to start to stockpile up on stuff, cash, food, water, whatever you can. You got to start stockpiling now. I mean, if you haven't started, start now because things finna happen, and I don't know exactly what it's gonna be, but whatever's gonna happen, I figured that it's time for them to declare a martial law, whether it's on a federal level or on the state level. You got to be prepared for that because that's coming next. If a UFO show up tomorrow, we going down lockdown. Everybody's gonna be the martial law. Ain't nobody's going nowhere. Everybody's gonna need to get something. Hey, let's see. UFOs ain't fireball. Okay, yeah. Stop piling up on your ammo, batteries, and everything like that. Because see, ammo is just ridiculous. Man, I looked at some ammo today. 50 box of 9mm, $59. Same brand that I bought a year ago for $14.50, $59 today. So if you ain't stockpiled up on your ammo now, you getting screwed. But you need your ammo and you need your food. Like I say, because things are gonna get hectic, and you don't want to get caught out there with your pants down, because like I say, this stuff been happening thousands of years. I mean, we just right now figuring it out. They just started to release some of this UFO stuff to the public, and they still ain't released all the good stuff. Because I'm pretty sure that some people did have run-ins with UFOs. Some people probably did. I know if I seen a UFO and he landed in my backyard, I'd be mad because he done crushed my trees. So it's gonna be a problem. I got my trees back here. He landed on, like I think Richard Pryor said it best, don't land on Mr. Gilmore's property. Yeah, so you want to be, you know, you don't know if they coming in peace or not, because we watched a lot of movies and a lot of times they don't come in peace, you know. Then they got the crop circles and the animal mutilation, you know, where they mutilate the cows and stuff like that. And I don't know what that's all about. And then, you know, we got all these movies and now we don't really know what's true. And then you got to worry about if they do come, because like I say, that's something you can't really plan for. The only thing you can do is basically stay in your house. I mean, or get to your bug out location, because if a big UFO just start like in the Independence Day, you know, that thing come on down. You don't want to be one of the people on the roof with the sign talking about, "Hey, welcome back, Elvis," and all that stuff. No, because you don't want to do that. You want to get the hell out of Dodge. Yeah, because see, it's nothing pretty about what's going to happen when they do show up and they do come in strength. Because like I said, I do believe that they're in the moon, and I do believe that our government know about them, and that's why they got that International Space Station. Is not so much I don't know what they do out there. I think it's just out there to watch them. You know, it's like a spy station. And they know it's there. It's basically there to watch them. See what they're gonna do next. Because like I said, they've been flying around like hey, Sapphire Diamond and Pearl. It's like they've been flying around like it's nobody's business. And like I said, we got to be ready. And like I said, you got to start stockpiling stuff. And then, like I said, you got to watch out, because like I said, we used to just have to watch out for humans' influence in the world. Now we got to watch out for them, because like I mentioned earlier, they influenced the people, and they got into the New World Order organization, and then it done changed into the new International Economic Order, and they Council of Nine, and they want to rule the world. They're going to rule the world. And believe me, they're gonna have enough money and enough influence, and they even getting, because they're gonna control large media, they're gonna control high-ranking people in public office, and they can control large businesses. So you figure, if you look at guys that right now they're trying to influence the world, Bill Gates, to take this thing he's working on, Bill Gates. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm just gonna say, be wary of them people. I mean, because they gonna come out, and right now got money and got influence living in New Zealand. You know, they built them bunkers. They built bunkers in Greenland, and they built bunkers in New Zealand. Compounds, you know. So when stuff happened, you know, all the rats are gonna leave the ship. And they all gonna go there, and they're gonna have their money, and the normal people, the everyday people that just want to live. We ain't gonna have a chance. We ain't gonna have a chance. So keep an open mind. Like I say, I'm not gonna talk about aliens anymore. So if the men in black is out there, I just want you to know I'm not gonna talk about the men in black, and I'm not gonna talk about the aliens after this one. I mean, I'm gonna leave it alone, so you guys ain't gotta come and get me, and I don't have to disappear. I don't want y'all to look on my channel and say, my channel been pulled for something I shouldn't have said or shouldn't have did, or he's just gone. And I have had people that I known disappear. You know. Hey, Bigfoot, Silver, Hide, and Seeker. Yeah, that's a name. Wow. And I just want to make sure that if you're out there and you're listening to me and you would shout on my voice, if something do happen, like I said, that they picked, like I said, but that'd be 250 years from the date that they first started to influence American politics or American people or American whatever, help to create this country. 250 years from that date is when I figured that something's going to happen, because somebody been telling me, and other people been mentioning it too, that 2022 is going to be a bad year. You see how 2020 is. 2020 is the worst. Is coming back, and it's not just hitting us; it's hitting Europe. I mean, this whole country. You can't leave. You cannot leave your neighborhood unless you going to work and coming back. And other than that, you can't leave your neighborhood. You know, you can't leave to go get food because they bringing the food into the neighborhood. So, and then the only reason you can leave to go to work, you got to be one of them what they call that people. I forgot. Well, anyway, one of the people that they need badly. That's the only reason you get to leave. They're doing that in Spain right now as I speak. But like I said, it done came back, and I hope it don't get any worse here. We having a spike here, and I heard that they had one person get both viruses. You know, 54-year-old. I think it was a 54-year-old woman with diabetes and high blood pressure and a few other ailments. You know, like the rest of us out here. You know, if you old like me, you got different ailments and stuff like that. So you wanna be safe. And like I said, who knows what the next virus might come. Like I said, this next virus might be caused because we're trying to cure the first virus, which I think might be happening. You know, I just watched 28 Days Later, and 28 Weeks Later, it was on TV. I think it was on TBS or something. And that reminded me of the virus. I'm trying to forget that damn shit. Sorry. Didn't mean to cuss. It just slipped out. So anyway, if you still listening, you're still watching, give me a thumbs up. You know, I'm gonna cut it short about another 5 or 6 minutes. See, like I said, they don't hit my channel. It says your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try to reconnect. They trying to pull me off. You know, they trying to pull me off. Yeah, the book of Revelation said a lot of this, and the book of Daniel too. You know, you gotta check that out. Revelations, Daniel, the New and Old Testament. A lot of stuff is biblical. It's been biblical for a while. Ever since those locusts started eating up everything in Africa, and they still there. You know, they still there. They brought what did they bring in to try to eat the locusts that was eating everything? They brought in something else. I forgot what it was. But anyway, it's all biblical. So like I said in a couple of my other videos, if you ain't got yourself right, you know, because see, when you prepare, don't only try to get your food, water, and your supplies together. You better get your prayers together too, because if you don't pray and put on the whole armor of God, that they say, because prayer always helps. I know when I was down with the virus, I was praying that I wouldn't get any sicker, and all I got was some numbness in my fingers. I had a cough, and my nose was running, but I didn't get any sicker. I took my natural remedies that I make myself. You know, like I said, I was drinking a mixture of beet juice. I got something in the refrigerator. I was taking a mixture of beet juice, apple cider vinegar, honey, turmeric, garlic powder, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of lime juice, and I put orange juice in it, a lot of orange juice in it to top it off. Drinking that, and that helped me a lot. It's supposed to help your vascular system and a whole bunch of different things with all the other stuff you got. And I felt great. Like I said, it didn't hit me as hard as it hit my daughter. She was really down for the count. But like I say, and I drank that and I prayed, and like I say, prayer works. And then a lot of my friends on YouTube, you guys prayed for me and my family, and I was so glad because, like I said, I didn't have to get hospitalized. My family didn't. My wife never got sick. My grandson never got sick. Just me and my daughter got sick. But like I said, I was so glad that we didn't get hospitalized, and it didn't get as worse as it was because, see, my lungs are still good, you know. But then again, like I said, I use a CPAP every night. So that might have helped too, because I put that CPAP machine on. I was just exhausted though. That's one thing I can tell you. I never slept so much in my life. But it helped put the air in my lungs too. So a little bit different. Some people it can hit worse. Because I know some people get it, they dead in 3 or 4 days. I had a brother-in-law, he passed. He was in a nursing home and it got him. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that, and I want to get back to talking about other things now. Now, let me try to update you on some of the world events before I go, because there's things out there that's happening that we don't know about. You know, they having a shortage on food at the food banks. They say that they're going 8 billion short. Yeah, so you know, sometimes you just never know. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I think I told you guys about the Yellowstone warning, where they issued a warning when the magma and the Jellystone started to rise. Yeah, and let's see. Like I say, I'm gonna start following the money in my other videos, because I was following the money after they gave Wall Street $8 trillion with no questions asked, and I started following the money. I'm gonna start following the money again on my videos to find out how come we can't get 1.8 trillion and they got 8 trillion. And I want to find out what's the deal that's going on with that. And let's see, like I said, there's birds that's dying out there in New Mexico, Texas, and Nevada. The birds are dying. And you know about Florida. No, flooding. It's flooding in Louisiana. Say a prayer for the people in Louisiana. They got the brunt of that storm that came through. It wasn't so much the wind, it was the water. It was the water that got them this time. Yeah, see. Oh, and another thing, when you're talking about politics, I want you guys to know this. You ever see that commercial about Twix? You got your right Twix and you got your left Twix. They're the same Twix. You see what I'm saying? You got your Democrats, you got your Republicans. They're the same ones. Okay? They're the same ones. So like I say, don't vote for a party, vote for the people. If you like the people, vote for the people. Because that's who all that matters anymore. Because all this other stuff is just BS. And that's the only way you're gonna change the system, is by the changing of the people. Let's see. You know what I got? I never tried that colloidal silver. Does it work, Dave? Because I never tried it. Hey, Shaky. I never tried it. I never tried it, and I would love to get some, but I think I had to go online and buy it, because I don't think they got it at the local store up here. Yeah, because I heard a lot of people say I should have some, especially for my prep. But like I said, I do have antibiotics and stuff like that I got put away. Probably had to get some more, but I hopefully don't have to use any of this stuff in my lifetime. And if I do, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. And like I say, that's the best thing we can do, is to put away stuff, prep stuff, and hopefully we never have to use stuff. I mean, as far as an extinction event goes, hopefully we never have to use it. But if we do use it, it's probably for like I said, I use my blackouts. I would say at least 4 times a year. 4 times a year, I have to use it where the power be out more than an hour. You know, other than that, I really don't have to use my food that much, unless I just want to go back in there and eat some of that stuff, which I do anyway, because you know you need to rotate that stuff on a constant basis. You can't just let it sit around unless you got that long-term food. Most of the food I got is basically 4 or 5 years. You know, then I need to rotate it. Some more than that, but other than that, just don't forget to rotate your food. You know, and make sure that your cans are not busted if you're using a lot of canned food. Learn a skill. I'm keep telling you guys, learn a skill. Learn to use a hammer. Learn to use a marker. Learn to read a map. You know, also learn to garden. I mean, if you never gardened before, it's your first year, don't worry if it don't turn out right. Just do it again next year. And every year you get better at it. You just like if you're gonna build a chicken shack, a chicken shed, you know, or a rabbit pen. If it don't turn out right, keep at it. You'll figure it out. You know, so that's the only thing I really want to say, because see, we're a good family. I love this family. I'm talking about you guys that's on YouTube right now that's with me. I love you guys. I mean, we're a good family, you know, and I will bend over backwards for you. And and not to get anal probed by the aliens, but I will bend over backwards for you if I can help you, you know, and I will. But you know, we're a good family, and I like you guys out there. And what it say? Oregano is good. Oregano oil, I heard, is good. I never tried oregano oil. Now I put oregano on some food when I cook it, you know, especially on my pasta. You know, I sprinkle a little oregano on there, but I never just used the oil. Wow, yeah. But like I say, I've been using this juice and stuff, and that's been working out pretty good. So like I say, I'm always trying to find new natural remedies because if things go bad, you know, it ain't like I'm gonna be able to go to the local Rite Aid to get a prescription or anything like that, you know, because you won't be able to. And by me being in the city, if things go bad, that they're gonna probably loot that place first for the drugs. They're gonna probably loot it, and I don't want to be out there while people are looting. I don't move as fast as I used to, and I don't want to hurt anybody, you know, because I do carry. I don't want to have to hurt anybody if I don't have to. So, you know, like human life is very important, but mine is important to me also. So, you know, let's see, say you take oregano oil for 2 weeks with a probiotic and any long will kill any gut bacteria. Okay. And I got a gut. It ain't as big as it used to be. Yeah, because I'm down another 3 pounds. So, but I got a gut. All right, then. I'm going to have to go. I see my dog is barking. Somebody's coming. So you guys stay safe. Been blessed. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube.